And the PAT makes it 7-0. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. And the returner elects to fair catch it. No return. Just underway, and this home crowd is fired up and ready to make a difference today. So the offense calls a timeout here. That's their first of the half. First down here for this offense. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Lets it go quickly. Easy throw to a wide-open receiver downfield. They bring him down, but he makes the 3-yard line. That's a solid gain.
Well, move the sticks for a first down for this Tennessee offense, and this quarterback is really starting to throw the ball well, putting the ball on the money, and giving these receivers a chance to make plays after the catch. And I tell you, they've had some great quarterbacks, as we know, that have played in their time in Knoxville.
Brought down, but the gain moves the ball all the way to the plus 42.
I love to watch this offense when they can dominate the line of scrimmage and have a talented back behind him. You continue to pick up first downs. You get the rhythm going. We've been watching Tennessee offenses do that for a long time.
On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And the ball is picked off. He's got some room and some blockers here. And he's wrapped up after a solid return.
Boy, the quarterback gets drilled on this play, Chris, as he lets go of that ball before the interception. I think he was just trying to get it out. Didn't seem to have a chance to set his feet up. And what did it do? It made it a lot easier for the defender to come up with the interception.
And the Michigan offense comes back out on the field. The last possession was just old-school power football. Let's see if they can keep that going here. They'll run it to the right side. And the defense smothers him for no gain.
Well, the defensive line does their job eating up those double teams, freeing up the backers to make the play.
Here's the second down play. Here's the snap, looking to throw. It's a screen pass complete to the running back. And they bring him down. Blockers not much help on the screen there. He's short of the first down.
A lot of times this can be a tough play to defend because you're so concerned with getting pressure on the quarterback. But here the defense does a good job of coming off of coverage and chasing down the receiver.
He's running out of time here. He's going to take off here. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
Chris, sometimes the quarterback's just trying to find the open guy and get him the ball. It's exactly what he's able to do here. Found a way to pick up the first down.
Brought down, but crosses midfield to the 46.
Of course they're going to pick up the first down by running the football. You think about Michigan, you think so many legacy, incredible backs that they've had over the years. Tim Biakabatuka, and Tyrone Wheatley, and Leroy Hort. Man, so many good backs have come through Ann Arbor.
And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. He gains 9, so it's 2nd and 1.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
And they'll tackle him for a loss of 5 yards.
Loss of 5. Brings up 3rd down.
This is the 6th play on the drive. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. Quarterback in the shotgun here on 3rd down. He's moving out of the pocket. He's going to lose yardage here. The defense pursues and forces him out of bounds.
A loss of 3 yards on the play. Coming up, 4th down. That's the end of the 1st quarter. With the score, Michigan 7, Tennessee 0.
And the Wolverines will come to the line, looking to keep the drive going on 4th down. And he's throwing for it on 4th down. Fired into a tight window and picked off. Can he take it all the way? Across the 40. Finally steps out of bounds after a long return. What a play by the defense.
Oh, Chris, against zone coverage like that and the ball thrown deep down the middle of the field, you've got to layer that throw in. Very challenging throw, requires a nice touch with a strong arm, and the quarterback that time just did not make the throw.
Oh, here comes the reverse. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Second down play coming up for this offense. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. A sack on the play could not escape the pass rush.
Nothing is more gratifying for a defense to be able to sit back and play zone and still get pressure on the quarterback with your defensive front.
That sack makes it 3rd down. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. The pass is off target. He got hit as he threw as the 3rd down pressure worked.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on 4th down.
And it's incomplete under heavy pressure. A big 4th down stop.
Well, I'm not surprised they decided to throw the football here on 4th down, but how about the defense doing their job, especially up front, getting in those passing lanes and just knocking the ball down? Not exactly what this offense envisioned and how this play would work out.
The pass rush closing in, but they can't make the connection. Ball's incomplete. Offense facing a 2nd and 10. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. Catch made on the out route. They bring him down, but the sophomore quarterback shows what a cannon he has.
Wait, Chris, you watch a completion like that, and with the efficiency, it makes you kind of think back to all the quarterbacks and receivers that they've had who made it look this easy. Of course, you start with Tom Brady, but think of the year Brian Griese had, 1997, that national championship year. Chad Henne, going back to Elvis Grbac and all the great receivers. So this is within their history, and it's good that they're leaning on it.
The Wolverines begin a new series here, 1st and 10. A pop pass on the jet sweep. There's a loss after the completion. That's a good play by the defense.
Well, that's one of those plays that works better against certain defensive looks, but not every defense is the same. They were all over that one. Let's see if they continue to attack to the outside on the perimeter to set something up downfield.
Catch made across the middle by the running back. Tackled quickly after the catch. He'll be short of the marker.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
Quarterback appears to be changing the play. Looking to throw yet again. Caught quickly. Defense stops him short of the marker, so now it's 4th down.
Chris, great effort here by this defense to keep him short of the 1st down. Now they've got a tough decision to make here on this 4th down and short.
The offense couldn't convert on 4th down the last time in this situation. Let's see if they can this time. The offense with some pre-snap motion. The Wolverines are looking to keep this drive going.
Well, these are the kind of situations you practice every week. You got to be able to get a yard. And the offensive line was able to give them just enough push to convert here on the ground. Clearly, they've done this drill before countless times, and it shows.
And the Wolverines looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. On 1st down, why not keep it on the ground? And he's able to find some room before they finally bring him down.
Just love watching this back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and gets a nice, solid gain.
Here comes a crucial 2nd down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. He'll hand it off. He shreds the tackle. Breaks the tackle to get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it.
That's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run fits. Holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
Try and muscle for the 1st down.
Maybe this stop is an indicator of what's to come for this defense. The offense, frankly, has been able to enforce their will in the 1st half, but maybe things are starting to change.
So here comes the kicking team on the field. They'll settle for 3. And a timeout is called. Important stage late here in the 2nd quarter. The decision is not to go for it on 4th down. Here comes the field goal team. The kick is good. Offense collects 3 points on the drive. And that will extend their lead even further. Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now.
I was watching this guy in pregame. He has got a strong leg. Not surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. And the Volunteers' powerful offense back out in the field. Not a whole lot of time remaining before halftime to cut into this lead. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. And he crosses the 30. Tackle made after a solid gain. They'll spot the ball at the 34. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. He'll take a deep shot here. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Number 14.
Love to watch this quarterback go out and execute in this kind of situation. He's doing a great job of ignoring the scoreboard and feeling a sense of pressure to have to play with more urgency. Right now, he's executing. We're only in the second quarter. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
So the offense getting some momentum before halftime with a touchdown. Now they kick off in hopes the defense can get a quick stop. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback will start at the 25. Michigan offense back out on the field. They've got to be pleased with their performance here in the first half. Let's see if they just play it cautious and get to the break in front. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quarterback on the move, trying to make something happen. The sophomore calls his own number and keeps this drive moving. And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play. One play, and they're already past the 40, first and 10. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. And it's intercepted as he threw it into heavy traffic that time. Now look at the return after the interception. Sets the offense up in good shape.
Chris, it feels like to me the offense is being really cautious. The defenders are just sitting back there almost playing backyard football, knowing the offense is being a little bit more conservative. Eyes on the football, stepped in front of it, and makes the pick.
It's an out route, the catch made. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
At the 42. And that's good enough for a first down.
First down, looking to throw the ball. He's going to pull it down and run. He'll avoid the big hit with the slide. And the offense will quickly spend a timeout here after the play.
Well, they did a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback, but, man, make the play, bring him down. Instead, they give up positive yards here on the scramble.
Second down, looking to throw it, but they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete.
Well, he's already thrown an interception here in this first half. He doesn't want to make a habit of this going forward. He almost threw another one.
The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. They're going to throw for it on third and short. And it's incomplete. Just 10 seconds remaining now.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. They've got to be thinking about going for this on fourth and short.
The offense failed earlier in a fourth down attempt. They'll try it again here. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Makes the catch, and that is enough for a first down. The tackle made, but the sophomore quarterback showing us the arm strength. And they quickly spike the football to stop the clock.
For the offense. The pass attempt falls incomplete. It leads to second down.
So just before halftime here, out comes the field goal unit. Field goal try, no good. He missed it. A missed chance to tie this game. Still down by 3. Meadows going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. The Wolverines will kick it off to begin the second half. Returner decides to fair catch this. And Tennessee's high-powered offense is back out on the field. First play of the second half, they keep it on the ground. Breaking free at the 35. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. The offense looks fired up to begin the second half. That's the kind of play they've needed to give them a spark.
Absolutely. I know they're down in this game. Clearly something was said at halftime to try to get this offensive line engaged. And it looked...
They've got him. Defense comes up with a sack.
Well, how about the push up front by the big fellas here? And when you can get pressure like this, that's what separates good defenses from great defenses. And you think back to the Michigan teams, when they've been exceptional, they've had defensive line play just like that.
Short throw complete to the tight end. They bring him down. That's a very solid game, but still well short of the first down.
So much pressure on the defense against the RPO because you're always going to be wrong if it's executed correctly. Here, they were determined to stop the run. The problem is you leave yourself vulnerable to a throw into a flat. Right flat's open. The quarterback makes the right throw. And look at these yards.
The Vols will hustle to the line to crank the tempo. Fourth down, he's throwing for it. Looking for a deep completion. And it's picked off. That was a risky pass attempt, and he paid the price. And they tackle him right there, but that's a turnover.
Boy, this quarterback's got to regroup. That's his second interception in this game right now. He's got to do a better job. But, Chris, it's easy to sit up here and say that. Could be the receiver running the wrong route. Balls sometimes can get tipped. All we know is at the end of the day, the guy pulling the trigger is responsible.
Here comes a first down pass attempt. He's hit as he throws it. And that's incomplete. Even on a first down pass attempt, he felt heavy pressure.
Man, you got to love this if you're defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time, they got to him and forced that incompletion.
Now it's second down here. They'll tackle him at the 17-yard line.
I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half, and he's already at it again.
Solid gain on the running play. Third down now. And he's got it already past the first down marker. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big game.
I love this unconventional call by the offensive coordinator. Third and medium, a lot of times you're thinking about throwing the football, but instead they're able to run the ball with great execution, and they pick up the first down.
The Wolverines will line up on 1st and 10. The quarterback making some changes at the line. First down, looking to throw the football. Quarterback takes off now, looking to scramble. He'll avoid the tackle there with a slide.
These are the kind of plays that keep defensive coordinators up at night. You spend so much time putting your plan together to stop the pass, and then nobody accounts for the quarterback on a run.
They're going to run it. He's taken down, but that's a nice gain. They'll spot the ball now at the 35.
Boy, another nice gain by this back. He has had a beautiful day today running the football, just kind of in that zone, and a big reason why they have a nice lead today.
It's a strong run, keeps the drive going. First down now. From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside. Defense stops him, but that's a solid gain.
Well, the offense goes with a counter play here, and the defense does a pretty good job of slowing it down. Again, you got to be disciplined on defense. Just when you think they're running on the front side, they run that counter play, and you better be home on the back side.
Takes the ball and heads to the left side. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Well, this guy has been dominant all afternoon long, but that time, the defense has got to be asking themselves, where has that been? They finally get to him behind the line.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. As the first down is still going. They pick up the first down. Tackled at the 25.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Going absolutely nowhere. That would be a loss on the play.
This is a great job of being prepared by this defense, almost anticipating this play. They're in position to bring him down for a loss.
Getting set. Here's second down. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. Catch made in the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines.
Chris, remember in college football, it's just 1 foot down to be able to count for a touchdown. Does a great job towards the back line there. Doesn't go out of bounds. Goes up into the air and gets that 1 foot down. That's good. That's a score.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT.
Extra point.
And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. And he takes this from inside the 5. Returner tackle right there. That's where they'll start the drive. And the Volunteers' high-tempo offense is back out on the field. The offense will take their first 10 out of the half. Let's talk strategy here. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Caught over the middle. It's Thompson. Finding some room at the 25. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down. Offense coming to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before we reach the end of the quarter. Throws to the tight end. Finds a man downfield. That's a big gain to the right. And he picks up the first down before they get into the ground. A new set of downs after that completion. Little eye candy here from the offense. Some pre-snap motion. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Looking for his big tight end. He's got it for a big gain. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Now the offense is taking advantage of the defense kind of sitting back with this lead. That's back-to-back plays of big yards. You know, it's a bend but don't break mentality from this defense, but they might want to reevaluate because this offense is moving the ball too quickly down the field.
The Volunteers come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. A solid 8-yard gain brings up a 2nd and 2.
You know, the good thing about this play is it's not an explosive play, but it really gives you a chance now to be able to pick up a first down here on this next play.
Quick throw. That's an RPO caught on the left side. He stopped, but he gets a first down. And the Vols will come to the line to crank up the tempo.
Hey, it's a nice gain here, and they get the first down to stop the clock. But late in the game, trailing by a couple of scores, these receivers have got to be thinking about getting out of bounds as often as they can to preserve that clock, to give them a real shot to come back to win it.
What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? a short completion to the tight end. A big hit by the linebacker. Physical tackle there, big versus big.
Well, fourth quarter down by a couple of scores. This offense doing everything they can to not just score points, but do it in a hurry, try to preserve the clock. Here, they're tackled in bounds. They don't pick up a first down. Good job by this defense to keep that clock moving.
Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the football there on third down.
The quarterback did all he could here to wait until the last possible moment, but he waits just a hair too long, which allows the defense to actually hit him as he throws the ball.
Fourth down, looking to throw for it. Flips it to the running back, but he's got work to do. Forced out of bounds, but a nice gain there, and the offense will have a first and goal. Here we go, first and goal. A touchdown here gets him right back into this game. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, they keep trying to run the football, and they keep getting dominated at the line of scrimmage. That has been a theme throughout this entire game. We've talked about it earlier in the game. It's not changing at all. They've become one-dimensional, and I think it's allowed this defense to really lock in on that quarterback.
Launching one to the end zone, and he will score. Touchdown, Volunteers. Here we go, fourth quarter. They've cut into the lead, but still work to do.
Well, I think the cool thing is that they're still battling, and they put themselves at least in a position now to possibly come back and maybe, who knows, win this game. But it's going to be up to their defense. They've got to get the ball back to have a change.
Point after, knock it right through.
Tennessee, 14.
Getting set to kick the ball off now. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. Offense is back on the field. On that last touchdown drive, they just pounded away with the ground game. Let's see if that formula works again. Keep it on the ground to work the clock here. They bring him down to the 32-yard line.
Hey, it's a great job of running the football. It's the right idea, but the back's got to stay in bounds. Because remember, with the new rule in college football, the clock still stops momentarily until the referee sets the play clock for the next play, and then it'll start again. So stay in bounds and work that clock.
Moving the receiver around pre-snap. And there's the handoff. Oh, what a move. And they'll move the 6 on that one. It's a first down to the 42.
You know, sometimes, Chris, we get caught up in the speed and the quickness, and obviously those are important assets to have as a running back. But what you just saw from this guy, and he's had a pretty good day, is his ability to break tackles in the open space. And he gets through those arm tackles. You can see what he's capable of doing after being able to shake free with the speed that he has.
Picks up 3 yards, so 2nd and 7. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. And they'll try to pick it up on the ground. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
Well, this is a huge third down coming up here, and here's where that chess match comes to head. And for the defense, they desperately need to make a play if they believe they have any chance of coming back to win this game.
That gain sets up a 3rd down play. That's a good effort on the run, but the defense stops him just short of the marker. 4th down now. And the Wolverines will come to the line looking to convert on 4th down. The offense with some pre-snap eye candy. brought down at the 46, good enough for a first down. So the clock stops as we head into the final 2 minutes of play here. This defense needing to step up and make a play now. The Wolverines getting set on 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
This defense just hasn't had many answers for this running back. The guy's already over 100 yards on the afternoon, but give him credit there. They made a nice play in the backfield.
And he's brought down, but there is a penalty marker out there. Let's check out this call. Holding penalties can be the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it stalls this one. Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. And here's the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, here we go, Chris. One of the biggest plays of the game. 3rd down and long with the lead late in the game. Clock is running. I think this is the time you call one of your favorite plays on this 3rd down. At the same time, be very mindful. You cannot turn the football over.
Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. Defense able to stop him. It's 4th down now.
Boy, they get some big yards here on 3rd down, but they're still going to be short. So it'll bring up a 4th down and a big decision for this offense.
The Wolverines will come to the line here looking to convert on 4th down. They need to convert. He'll drop back. Bringing pressure. Hit just as he throws the ball. And it's intercepted. A crushing play. And that's a solid return after the interception.
Well, when you take a chance, sometimes things tend to backfire on you. Conventional wisdom says to run the ball, no matter what the down and distance is, to work that clock and win this game the shortest way. You take the chance, you're aggressive, and it ends up backfiring with the interception.
Running back has it on the screen now. That play is blown up. Defense makes the tackle in the backfield. The Vols hustle to the line to crank up the tempo. The offense spikes the ball here, looking to preserve as much clock as they can.
3rd down.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this 3rd down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. And here comes a deep shot. And it's incomplete. Just 3 seconds left on the clock.
The defense has got to do a better job of communicating. That is a wide-open receiver. They catch a break by an errant throw by the quarterback.
Here we are late in a one-score game, and they're going to go for it on 4th down. Crucial play here. They go to the air. Running out of time in the pocket. And it falls incomplete. The final play of the game as time runs out. That makes it back-to-back-to-back hard-earned victories to start this season. Is this team a legit contender going forward?
They sure look like it right now, Chris. 3 weeks into this season, they look as good as anybody in the country, and they've been able to be consistent. I think they're gaining confidence in one another, developing some special chemistry. It's going to be exciting to see where they can take this.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation